Crash and burn!
Alright, yeah. Hey everybody, happy Sunday. Welcome to the Crash and Burn Wrestling Podcast, and this is a review episode, and it's a pizza party here too.
Yeah, pizza. Yeah, pizza.
So while we have our pizza party, we are talking about yesterday's NXT Vengeance Day event with a theme song of a fan favorite for the Moshcast, Beartooth.
Right.
Riptide by Beartooth, which is a fan favorite band for pretty much a lot of us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's bring these three people in here. First up, since the Crown Jewel review, Mr. Omar's here in a new place.
Hello, everyone around the world. It's your boy Wrestling Omar 2.0. We are here to review about the NXT Vengeance 2023 that happened a year ago. First time coming back during the pandemic season, but now it's coming back another one. Used to be Vengeance, but it's Vengeance Day now.
That's right.
Yep.
Next up, I've always bullied this guy 24/7. I went to school with him.
Lies.
And I made his high school years a living hell.
Lies.
And the fuckface, Josh Danker's here.
Ladies and gentlemen, hush your mouths because I'm on full-on heel mode. Do not disrespect me. You're on my time. You're on my watch. No, I'm just kidding. I've always been the baby. Well, I'm anti-hero. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's the Assassin Josh Danker here. Welcome back to the Crash and Burn Wrestling Podcast, where we are reviewing last night's NXT Vengeance Day. It was a great show. Can't wait to talk about it. Let's get started. And
yes.
with the lies, fucker.
No, I'd rather not. Okay. Lucas, come on in.
All right. Again, you guys know me. It's basically the podcast chief of this thing. I've been running this damn thing for 2 years, and I'm pretty much getting sick of it. And I've been doing this damn thing for too long. So, new things, new nail polish is done. And yes, first podcast with nail polish going on because, again, I want to paint my nails, and, it's not a weird thing to do because a lot of people do it. Ozzy Osbourne kind of inspired this kind of thing.
Yeah.
But, I'm definitely excited to review this one for me. I'm kind of a bit of a heel today because, again, I'm just in a point. Now I just do not care what I say. So that's where we're going today. So
Think critically.
Oh, that's what I do every single pay-per-view. So let's talk about it.
Well, we started this off with banger after bangers.
After banger.
Wesley defeats Dijak. This is for the North American Championship. I'll say this started out really good. But the crowd was into this. They loved both guys here. And I know Wesley was gonna pick up the win here. I mean, it wasn't time for him to lose it yet.
Yeah.
Nope.
So yeah, maybe around Stand and Deliver or a future takeover event. And so, Omar's.
Okay, to be honest, I feel bad for Dijak. Broke his middle finger. Just like Bray Wyatt the day when
he
went
can't
to
flip
York.
everybody off without
Yeah. For me, I'm looking at it. It's not a fake doll. It's a real finger.
Yeah.
It's getting real right now. It's getting real. But
real.
I thought he would get it. But Wesley got it. We already saw Wesley, already, but maybe the Stand and Deliver before WrestleMania, he could drop it off anyone who chooses opponent.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Luke?
Yeah. With me, this match was best match of the card without question for me. This match has had so many spots that I really love. Those moments where I thought Dijak was going to take out Wesley. I thought Wesley was going to win. It was just very, very back and forth, very intense match between those two. Yes, a fortune dislocation happened in Dijak's finger. The injuries happened. Bray Wyatt just recently did it at a recent show when he broke his finger. So, things happen like that. But great match. I expected Wesley to win, and I was right. This man is really a really great performance. I like to see Ricochet versus Wesley coming up. If that NXT is going to be facing somebody else, that would be a dream match to see. But yeah, I definitely think it was a great match, Joe. My personal opinion.
Yeah, it definitely was. The kid I bullied in high school. Go ahead.
Excuse me? Nah.
More fought in high
You know
school.
what? I'm
but-
going for shut your mouth and listen to me.
Okay.
Yeah,
Listen
shut your
to-
mouth and listen to me. You're on my time. You're killing the watch. But anyway, Wesley and Dijak, what a fucking match these two had. It was action to just start off the whole show. I mean, you know, the way they started the show, they just went in with a full-on 5-star classic. I mean, I would give it a 4.5 for this one, but it seemed more of like a 5 stars. But you know, Wesley definitely since the singles push has been on fire. I always dreamed of him being a good champion in like the how would you put it, like the middle contender. But you know, the mid card title. He's a good mid card champion. Definitely someone who I would see going up against Ricochet in the near future. Because if you put those two together, that's gonna be a banger after banger after banger after banger.
After banger after banger.
But
Real.
you know, Dijak broke his middle finger, or you know, trying to do this. Literally, he can't do it right. It's gonna look like this. Literally, once you do it. But
Are
it
you
was a
double
great
Jordan?
match. Great match. You know, definitely a great way to kick off the show. And it got the fans hyped up for an even stack card to go along with it. So I enjoyed it. It was probably one of my favorite matches of the night.
Wait, Josh, are you double Jordan?
What do you mean?
Wait, Milf, are you double Jordan?
Why don't you be the judge?
What the fuck?
Oh.
I don't know. You double Jordan. I can't do that. Yeah, fuck you too.
We're just roasting.
Gladly,
As
Josh.
we move on to a title change, Fallon Henley and Kiana James becomes the new NXT Women's Tag Team Champions
Go.
over Katana Chance and Kaden Carter.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins, you go first.
I did not expect that, to be honest with you. I was just sitting there, just like on the show, and I was looking at my phone, looking in and out, because the match was not too bad, but definitely, you know, kind of cooled off, in my personal opinion. But my God, I did not expect a title change like that. I thought they were gonna lose it out of Stand Deliver me called up, but turns out that's not the case. But it is what it is. I mean, I'm not necessarily mad about that. I'm happy for Kiana getting her first title, which I'm definitely excited to see what they do with it. And, you know, I know it's kind of a random tag team being thrown in. I get it. But I think this can work, my personal opinion. I think this can work. So we'll just see how this goes. I did not expect it, and it was a good unexpected, because, you know, WWE isn't a lot more predictable as recently, with some of the things that did happen with the Royal Rumble, for example. We predicted basically 5-0 all across the board. So it was a good unexpected thing that happened, in my personal opinion. So I'm not mad about it.
Yes, I agree. It was a good ass match.
It was a lot of ass in there, I'll say that.
There was a lot of ass in that match. I mean, shit.
Yes, very good match
A
there.
lot of yams on the screen.
Yeah.
So yeah, I liked the match. The crowd was into that as well, and this match was indeed on fire. That's right. I liked the match, and then I guess it was time to drop the titles to some new people.
Definitely, yeah.
Yes, Mr. Omar, you go ahead, sir.
I feel like they got robbed.
Yeah,
I feel like they got robbed, but to be honest,
that's very true.
like I said, They need to have a new women's tag crowd. It's time. I expect that to happen.
Yeah.
I know
All right.
no one did. No one picked up Kiana. I think.
Yeah.
Anyways, fuckface, you go ahead.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I said it.
Address me properly, you mark.
Okay, King Josh, you go ahead.
Well, you didn't have to go too far there, but
Oh, can I go far?
We're making Josh
but
uncomfortable.
this match overall, I kind of expected the title change. And I kind of didn't at the same time. But like they always say, it's like every story has a good ending, and always a good story has to come to an end. Every title reign has a good story, but has to come to an end eventually. And with that, I felt like since the Country Boys, Briggs and Jensen over there, Brooks Jensen likes Kiana James, and Fallon Henley was like, "Oh, don't go out with her. Don't go out." And that's how it all
Very
started.
interesting.
But yes, Fallon Henley had to learn how to accept the fact that Brooks Jensen liked Kiana James, and I think Kiana liked Brooks in storyline, but Kiana James and Fallon Henley actually were a good team in this match. They actually worked well together.
Yeah, I agree.
And, I wasn't thinking that they were going to walk away with the titles just like that, but...
I thought I thought it was going to be you to walk away with the titles.
Excuse me?
He's not a woman.
Me and you are the new tag team champions.
Wait, so you both a woman?
No, we both won the NXT tag team title match.
Oh, I'm about to say, wait a minute. Whoa. When do you start beating up women now? Wait a minute. This is not Randy Orton.
I didn't agree to those terms.
I didn't consent to those terms.
But it was a good match, It had the crowd going. It was probably my other favorite match of the night. For Katana and Kaden, I hope they go to the main roster with better things up their sleeve. I think this was kind of like a send-off, saying, you're going up to the big leagues, you're going to be on Raw, SmackDown, or, whatever brand we put you on that will fit you. But, we'll see what happens as weeks go by. But overall, we'll see what the new champions have in store. And, and Country Boys, they should have been in that tag title match.
I feel like if they go to the main roster, they gotta tone down of their gimmick that they have going on. Because, Kaden, because you can't twerk in front of the kids. Obviously not. So,
True.
You know what I mean? So, I feel like there might be a change. It might not be a change, but, I got a feel in my mind.
They'll find something for them, hopefully.
Come on, Triple H, cook something.
All right. Anyways, everybody went here?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
All right, it's the 2 out of 3 falls match now. Carmelo Hayes defeated Apollo Crews.
Oh.
Ooh.
Match was not bad. I liked this match. It was all right. I liked it, and the crowd was still alive.
Definitely.
Yep.
And this time, Josh can now go first.
Okay. Definitely a great match. Two of probably NXT's best wrestlers on their roster.
Yeah, it's me and you.
Of course, we gotta shout of course us, obviously, but you gotta show love to. You gotta love Carmelo Hayes, and he's probably my favorite on the roster right now, probably besides Grayson Waller and Braun Breaker. I think Carmelo Hayes has a bright future once he hits the main roster. I think they're gonna push him to the moon, But Apollo, I'm glad he went to NXT, kind of he was kind of lost in that shuffle in the main roster. And I felt like NXT kind of saved him a little bit and, kind of put him for the better. But I felt like, shout out to I had the same point as our good friend Julian made last night on the home call. Shout out to Julian, by the way.
Mr. Purnell.
Our friend Julian was saying like how, they had Apollo go to NXT and just put over the younger talent, which is it's something you want to do if you're like in the business for say for example 20, 30 years, and you see these young guys and you look at them and interviewers and like media would ask these athletes like who do you see like as the future of this company, and they would say like a certain name, and then you want to wrestle these guys and you want to put them over and you want to do all this stuff, and then that's what I feel like Apollo's doing, and it's not for the bad. I just feel like he should be on the main roster doing his own thing, maybe in the future, but for right now NXT is like his spot. I feel like he's kind of worked well with a lot of the younger talent down there. And then don't forget, somebody from Apollo's past came back last night, returned for the first time in a long time, and that being Dabakato.
Nigerian Nail.
Mm-hmm.
The Nigerian guy, fake Nigerian guy came back. And we were kind of expecting Apollo to kind of have somebody to help him out, because Carmelo had Trick Williams, and you gotta love Trick Williams as Carmelo Hayes' right hand man, and Dabakato. It was very happy to see him. He looks in great shape, grew a beard out. Man looks great, and I didn't expect the heel move, but once I kind of saw his face turn like very like blank, if you want to put it, like his face just went from I'm gonna help you, and then he looks up and he's like, and then out of nowhere just attacks him out of nowhere, and I'm like, yep, there's your next feud. But it was a great match. It was a great match. They both killed it, but the rest, in my opinion.
Yes. Omar, you go ahead.
Wow, it was outrageous. Honestly, the 2 out of 3 fall match, it was a clean sweep. Thought Paul's gonna take another fall, but now Kamala Hayes won 2 falls, and the return with man disease. Yeah,
that's right. Dabakato's here.
That's where he turned on Apollo. And this is gonna be feud for the next pay-per-view that's coming.
That's right. Around standing liver time.
Yeah, but it was alright, the match.
It was alright. Lucas, go ahead.
Yeah, it was alright for me because again, Apollo Crews. Again, it's like not young guy, but older guy trying to get over the young talent or whatever like that. So I expected Carmelo Hayes to win. I was right. So Melo's entrance was great, by the way. I don't know what in the Space Jam. This is like Space Jam shit going on over here.
NBA Finals MVP, Carmelo Hayes.
Basically, yeah. So I was kind of like, what the fuck? And then Apollo Crews, I thought for a second that it turned back to Nigerian Prince for a second. I'm like, wait a minute, whoa. But it wasn't. Unfortunately, it wasn't. And then the Commander Aziz and the Dabakato, what the fuck you want to call him, comes out. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And I've noticed that. I'm like, what the fuck? Is he going to do that, the Samoan Spike or the Nigerian Nail again? Or no, it turns out he didn't finish, I guess. Which, again, is cool, by the way. But I don't know. But I don't know how to feel about that type of feud or anything like that. I don't know how necessarily to feel about that, but we'll see where it goes. But it was all right match, though. Not bad.
Not bad. Next up, the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match for the NXT Tag Team titles.
God, I was so wrong about this. I'm glad it's changed. I picked 2S.
I was right about this.
Gallus defeated The New Day, Pretty Deadly, and Chase University. Lucas can start it off here.
I don't know what the fuck U is. I picked New Day and Chase U just because I was gonna retain or some stupid shit's gonna happen. But no, I was like, if anybody's like a Chase U, gonna do is gonna be Gallus. So I was like, yeah, I switched out Chase U for Gallus because I really do like Gallus. And what you know, Gallus wins, and this was a car wreck from start to finish. I enjoyed this match, and the thing that made it more funny was Sid's roast during the call.
Oh yeah.
My God, I remember one of them said that it was Selena Gomez and Taylor Swift. I was like, oh my god, roasting pretty deadly. And you know, with me, and I called Chase U Spirit Squad, by the way. So, and I was kind of like, oh god, it's gonna be a wreck. And it wasn't car wreck, but it was a really good match though. Really good match to start to finish. It was a surprising finish. A lot of people are not happy with this, which I understand why. But give it some time again. It just fucking happened. But glad to see Gallows actually get a win. They just returned and they won the title. I said originally they just returned and not going to win the titles, but they actually did, which that's kind of crazy to think about and how ironic how stupid I am. So there you go.
Yeah.
All right, Omar.
Wow, I was right about this all along. The Gallus will be the new champions after their suspension. And look, they come back. Only two of them. The two others, they're like off time, I believe. And there it is. I knew they would predict. Knew they should not be in the NXT because they belong to the main roster, which is the Blue Brand.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, pretty deadly. They gotta stop with their shitty stuff. I mean, Chase U, I really want to see them, but they always be failed.
Then again, it should have been Schism that was in the match.
Yeah.
That's all right. All right. Josh.
You know, it was a great match. I'm glad the titles are off the New Day because honestly, the New Day never needed those titles. In my personal opinion, I feel like the New Day just won them just so they can win, you know, break a record and stuff like that. But hey, it was cool to see them, you know, work a lot well with the younger talent in NXT. Pretty deadly. You know, pretty deadly. I'm not gonna lie, they are a great team, but they need to stop with their shit. Honestly, it's just kind of getting old. Gallus, such a great team, you know. Chase U, I'm glad they're getting over. I love Chase U. I think it's one of NXT's best things going on right now, especially with Duke Hudson involved. You know, I think once Duke Hudson was, you know, like they had nothing for him after a singles run, they said, "Oh, Chase U's a good plan. We'll put you with like Andre Chase and everyone." So, and it kind of works out for Duke, and I'm glad. But the right team won. I said my pick was either Gallus or Chase U because I felt like those are the two teams that are kind of over. I think pretty deadly had their share of the titles already, and it was kind of for like someone new to fill that, you know, that throne of the tag division in NXT. And I'm glad it's on a younger face. And Gallus won it. I'm glad, you know, they just came back. You know, I'm like wondering where the other guy is, because there's only two instead of one. But Gallus won. It was a great choice. You know, they're a great team. Definitely one of the best, you know, Scottish teams in UK wrestling. Definitely one of NXT UK's father figures of the tag team division. And, you know, hey, it was a great match. You know, they had a bunch of great spots. You know, the New Day's gear looked absolutely cool.
Yeah, Street Fighter.
Exactly. You can't go wrong with a Street Fighter gear, of course. Kofi did there were some sick spots in that match. That was probably like my second favorite of the night. Well, no, that was my third favorite besides the women's tag title. So, you know, it was a great match. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. So we all went here.
Yep.
All right, and yeah, I like the match too. Gallus was the right winner here.
Yeah.
Yep.
And another match with the right winner is Roxanne Perez retaining against Gigi Dolan and JC Jane.
Oh.
Gigi.
For the NXT Women's Championship.
Bro, I was focused on Gigi, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, me too. I was. Gigi.
Lucas, while you're laughing, you go ahead.
Oh god, I just remember seeing the Gigi. Oh my god, my eyes would not lay off her. I'm like,
me neither.
I was like, oh, someone give me a towel, soften me up with a biscuit, please. So, and I saw Roxy. I'm like, Roxy too. I was like, there's a lot of yams on my screen. There's a lot of yams on my screen right now. Wait a minute. I was singing the Sweet Yams by Freddie Wap over here. And this match is actually real entertaining. I got a feeling, and again, I could be wrong, Toxic Drive is breaking up. There's nowhere for them to go because Mandy Rose is gone. And it will not feel right for them to keep on going this tag team run. Yes, they did a lot of things good, the past 2 years. But as Josh said, a good tag team run has to come to an end.
Exactly.
So I've got a feeling a heel turn's gonna happen, a breakup's gonna happen. So I feel like JC Jane is going to turn on Gigi. Because when JC was talking, well, actually, no, I'm going to say Gigi. Because when Gigi was talking to my title, it sparked something in JC. So I feel like they're going to make JC a face, which I don't agree with. But I got a feeling that it's going to go down that road. But great match overall. A lot of car wreck in this match. And that one tail spot actually was entertaining as well. And a super pop rocks from the top rope. The pop rocks finish me is very hit or miss for me, in my personal opinion. But it's enjoyable. It was an enjoyable match from start to finish. And yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. And I feel Roxy should, have a good time, right? She was trained by James Morales. Shout out to him, by the way. And Booker T.
Mm-hmm.
Can you take that, sucker?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. A pretty good match here. Roxanne Perez was the right person to retain here. She has been successful. And she has a great future in NXT and main roster in the future. And the next person that can go is Omar.
Oh man, I knew Roxanne Perez both of them beat each other. It was this close. I thought when Roxanne Perez got the title, got away for the winning, and whoever's gonna stand up first, say something to one of them, and turn on their backs to each other right there. But looks like we'll be after Vengeance Day, maybe on Tuesday.
Josh.
The NXT women's division as a whole is just probably one of the most outstanding women's divisions out there. You have Roxanne Perez, you have JC and Gigi, you have Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. You have a bunch of great women wrestlers in that roster. And that's what they're all about. You have Indy Hartwell. You have a bunch of great talent on that roster, but there is no one in Roxanne Perez that I find absolutely incredible. I felt like her story is just so inspiring, where she came from. Like she was a fan, as like most of us are. Like you're a fan, and then you want to start training. You meet like a bunch of the people. Like I didn't even know she was on Total Divas till they showed that little video package, and we've seen that video package a lot of times, and I didn't know she was on that episode of Total Divas, and I'm like, I didn't even know that was her because I didn't know who she was at that time, and I didn't know much about her until like she was in Ring of Honor as Roxy before she went to WWE at that time, and just her story inspires me a lot. She went from being this small fan in Texas, and then becoming she went to training school, like wrestling school to train. She got trained by Booker T, which is somebody who is a absolute icon in that business. And she went to NXT, won the breakout tournament, and she won the NXT women's tag titles first, then won the breakout tournament, then won the Iron Survivor women's match, then to be beating Mandy Rose for the women's championship, and now being the face of the women's division. And I love Roxanne since her before WWE, and she's just come a long way, and she's gotten really popular. And Toxic Attraction, like Lucas said, every team must come to an end. I feel like the split up is coming after the non-communication in that match, because they had a couple mess-ups. They're like Gigi and JC were like work together. And Gigi didn't want to work with her. I feel like it's gonna be Gigi that turns on JC, but it could go either way. You never know what they have in store. But you know, it was a great match. All three women really did well. Roxanne, of course, walks out champion still. You know, I hope she has a great reign with it because she honestly deserves it. And
Yep.
you know, she came a long way, and you know, she's amazing. And I hope her reign, you know, is the best reign for the women's championship. I hope it surpasses Mandy Rose's reign, but we'll see. Overall, I enjoyed the match. It was fantastic.
I don't think it will suppress Mandy Rhodes because Mandy Rhodes, I think, is over a year. So
Yeah,
we'll have to see where it goes.
yeah,
Yeah. As we all went here,
Yeah.
yeah.
I enjoyed the match, as I said already. And yeah, let's keep going to the main event.
No.
Rob Breaker defeated Grayson Waller. Steel cage match, NXT Championship. Could only be won by pinfall or submission.
I got problems with this.
I had a little.
The crowd was out of it here.
Yo, the crowd was dead as fuck.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. North Carolina.
this
Just
match was
what you
not
teased.
really the best. I expected better here. I think if they were to allow escape in the cage as a stipulation, there would have been more to it.
That's true.
But taking away the escaping part was probably the reason why the match got dragged down.
Yeah,
So yeah, it wasn't really the best main event. I mean, I like both stars. I mean, this isn't the worst match, but but this match was not really the best way to close out the show. All that hype led to that. No, it wasn't really
Come on,
the
HP.
best.
come
Yeah,
on, Shawn Michaels, come on, man.
they should have not taken away escape in the cage part
Yeah.
of the stipulation. So that's all. But otherwise, it wasn't really the worst match there. Lucas, you go ahead and rant.
I'm like a disappointed father, honestly. I'm a disappointed father, honestly, with this match. I expected a lot more. You know, Grayson Waller decided Scott Steiner, apparently. That shit was funny as fuck. I'm like, whoa, what the Scott Steiner? And it turns out it was. It turned out that was intentional. It will make me more funnier if he came up with the siren. Oh, if you hear me, but you know, but of course he didn't. But yeah, he got some really big heat, and he got booed out of the building. And Braun Breaker comes out, you know, breaks the wall. I guess I don't know, but this match just felt dragged out. Yes, the spear was impactful, but what cost? What cost? And there's only a couple good things about that match, but the rest of it just felt dragged the fuck out. I feel like the steel cage match was the wrong stipulation, in my personal opinion. Steel cage match to me is always a hit or miss. Either you get a great, you know, a great one, and you have people talking about, and then you have this one that was a lot of people disappointed.
Yeah.
Those are the two ways, and unfortunately, I'm quite disappointed in this. I'll be real with you. I'm quite disappointed in this. I got a feeling that Carmelo Hayes will beat Braun Breaker because I feel Carmelo Hayes is not ready for main roster just yet. But I got a feeling Braun Breaker is going to lose that title. I got a feeling he's going to lose that title because he's held it long enough. I'll be honest, he held it long enough for me. And you guys start something fresh. And I feel like they're going to call him up because he's been on Raw before. So yeah. So I don't know, but we'll see where it goes. But also, I want to talk about is Grayson Waller. I'll be honest. I know a lot of people don't like him. I get it. But I feel, in my opinion, he should have been the right winner, my personal opinion. I wanted to win that match, and I'm glad he my pick at the end because just the way he was taunting them, the way you taunt like family members and such, you're not going to win. Look what Seth Rollins did with Cody Rhodes. I had a feeling that was not going to work. But unfortunately, the match got me disappointed.
That's true.
Omar?
Oh my god. I knew Grayson Waller was gonna retain until when he goes to main rosters. But now, thank goodness, 0 cents for that dumb motherfucker Grayson Waller for winning anything, for talking all shit stuff. So what happens when he talks shit stuff? He don't win. He loses himself. Best person, great breaker, even though he spear him, misses him and get hit all the time. And that's what he gets for talking a lot of crap. So Braun Breaker, his next opponent for Stand Deliver is Hayes.
Hayes
Yeah.
got to win. Hayes has to win it.
Yeah, I knew he was gonna retain anyway. Braun Breaker. Josh, you go ahead.
All right. Yeah, I expected a lot better from this main event than what we saw. The crowd was dead. There was like no reaction. I do love Grayson Waller. I think he's such a great heel right now. I think he's probably one of NXT's best heels right now. He's probably the best heel in my opinion for any like main roster brand he goes to. If he goes to Raw, SmackDown, he just fits. Anything Grayson Waller touches or does is just magical. Like he's just that guy. But the winner of that match last night was kind of obvious. Braun Breaker obviously retaining was kind of it was kind of obvious. He was getting beat down and he was getting his ass kicked, and then he has like this killer instinct in him where he just spears Grayson Waller out of his freaking body. And then, I was like, yep, I figured, Braun was going to retain. I kind of wanted a new champion, but after last night, after Braun retained, I kind of saw when Carmelo Hayes made his way down to the ring and kind of stared at Braun while he was celebrating on top of the cage with the championship. I feel like, that's Braun's next challenger, and he's not going to win from that because that's going to be the next step of somebody new at holding the torch down in NXT, somebody being the face of that locker room, someone, other than Braun. And, I love Braun Breaker. I think he's such a great talent. I think he's one of the best out there for the NXT brand, but it's time for you to go up. You've had the championship long enough. You've had it since NXT Rainbow Colors, so, you've had it since then, so it's time to pass the torch. And I think Carmelo Hayes is definitely the right person for it. He's worked his ass off to get to that moment in his career. I mean, he's been North American champion. He's been mid-card champion. So it's time for him to go up to the big championship, the main card title. And, it was a lackluster of a match. I felt like there could have been more. Like Jason said, the escaping the cage part of it could have been involved. That would have gotten the crowd involved even more. But I expected better from this. It wasn't my favorite. It's probably my least favorite match of the show. But, I'm not going to say the show was bad. It was just that one match that kind of lowered the rating as not being a 10 out of 10, which we'll get into. Yeah, the match was okay. Could have asked for better.
Ratings time, if we all went here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ratings.
I'll give this a 9 out of 10. I mean, it wasn't a bad show overall. It was decent, at least. Omar, what do you think?
8.5.
8.5? All right.
Yeah.
Lucas?
I'm gonna make critical 8.5.
Josh?
All right. So I was going to give it a 9 out of spite, but after the Braun Grayson Waller match, I'm gonna go an 8.5 out of 10.
Yep.
Is that it we all got here? Just say the rating,
What do you
that's it.
What do you got?
I said 9.
I'll get more into it.
All right.
Same.
So with me, the best match in the card was without question is Dijak and Wesley without question. And the women's tag team match was good. The NXT tag team match was good. The women's title match was actually really good in my personal opinion. But just that one match just kind of ruined it all. My personal opinion kind of ruined it. If you would have kept up that consistency, it would have been like best balanced show of the year so far. But unfortunately did happen. I feel like the match kind of sucked, and that's the reason why it's low. And there's some other things I didn't agree with in there. I did not agree, Katana Chance and Casey Caden losing their titles. That kind of loaded to my personal opinion. I feel that was way too quick, my personal opinion. But still, great matches here and then. Just that one match fucking ruined it.
Yeah, I'll say, what my
All right, Josh, go ahead.
Yeah, my favorite match of the night was obviously Wesley versus Dijak. That was like an instant classic, in my opinion. I thought it was probably one of the best matches to open a show. The women's tag title match was very good. The tag team match was great. The 2 out of 3 falls was great. And, it was just that main event that kind of just made me rate the show a little lower than I wanted it to. It was just like, like I said, the crowd was dead, throughout most of it. There wasn't like any, spots where, Braun put Waller through the cage or Waller put Braun through like a table or anything. It was just a straight up cage match. And there wasn't really any violence or anything, but, pleasure. But they don't really care that much anymore, I don't think. But, who knows? But I kind of liked how at the end they didn't like have somebody come back. They just said, Grayson Waller's done with Braun Breaker. Who's the next guy in line to face Braun Breaker for his NXT title? And you pick the right fucking guy for the right fucking choice in Carmelo Hayes for that spot. And, I wish them, like, the only thing I liked about that match between Waller and Braun Breaker was Grayson Waller's overall, like, entrance, thinking he was Scott Steiner in a way. The man just is entertaining, but it was just the lackluster of it. It was very slow and it was very boring, and the crowd was just, like, not into it. I felt like there could have been a lot more involved. But overall, it was a solid show. You can't complain.
All right, so we all shared the ratings. Okay, let's get to outros time. Thank you for watching this episode of Crash and Burn. We reviewed NXT Vengeance Day. The next time you'll see us is the Elimination Chamber predictions, which is about 2 weeks away. So we're pretty much taking another break, another short little break till we reach Chamber predictions and the review. So stay tuned for those. Moshcast, we will be back. That podcast is not dead. We are making a return for the Paramore album review. Since they're releasing something new, might as well review it.
Exactly.
So yeah, thank you for watching, and we'll see you for Chamber predictions.
All right.
And you'll see Lucas, Sydney, and Julian on their next recording on Beyond the Scenes.
That's right.
So you all can check out Beyond the Scenes, and of course, the rest in peace is Cinematic Analysis.
Right.
Yeah, I killed it.
Yeah, we all murdered Cinematic Analysis.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
we all stabbed it.
I buried a body.
So
yeah,
see
did.
you for Paramore and see you for Chamber predictions. Have a good one, everybody. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Lucas.
Yeah. As Jason said, follow Beyond the Scenes on Twitch. Again, we got a new episode coming up. Don't know what we're doing yet. I got to talk to Sid. I got to talk to Jillian, see what we're doing. Because that is coming up on Wednesday. Because it's on Wednesdays, and we're going to check what we're doing. And if we're actually doing an episode, we don't know yet. We don't know. But yeah, check out my TikTok, Lucas_Rainmaker. Check out my Instagram at Lucas.Tinsia336. I will be posting again eventually, but I've just been focused on some mental shit going on. But yeah, so I want to say about that again. Just keep being good people. Do not be stupid idiots. And yeah, that's all I want to say about that. And yeah, just be nice and just be unique as you are. So yeah.
Danker Josh.
All right. I will accept that as, the way to address the assassin as you should.
Slosh.
You're on my time, remember?
That's right.
Yeah, you're on my radar. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this episode of Crash and Burn, where we reviewed last night's NXT Takeover Vengeance Day or NXT Vengeance Day, whatever you want to call it. I just call it Takeover Vengeance Day because it's easier to just say that. But anyway, the next NXT pay-per-view that we will be reviewing, by the way, guys, is NXT Stand and Deliver.
Yes.
WrestleMania. And finally, another Stand and Deliver, this time with not at the CWC, but they're going to another arena. A bigger arena for this. So I'm glad they're going back on the road. And follow me on all my social medias. I am actually, like I said in the last episode of the podcast I was on, I am planning to start up my wrestling TikTok page, which I will tell you what it is. You can follow it at JDX Wrestling. I will be doing a lot of wrestling TikTok related stuff. Just got to figure out what I'm going to post yet, but you guys can also follow my main TikTok page. I will start posting videos again very soon. Just been busy with school and a lot of other personal things. Same with the YouTube stuff. I still have stuff to review. Stay tuned. You will find out when my next review is. But if you don't see me on there, you can see me on Crash and Burn in the Moshcast. And definitely support Lucas Sidney's and Julian's podcast down below, Beyond the Scenes.
You'll see us there in future episodes for sure.
You'll see me and Jason there in future episodes. Like we said, you'll never know, because you never know when we can make an appearance. Anyway, what is our next Crash and Burn episode, you may ask?
I already said it, but okay.
Jason already said that. The Elimination Chamber.
In Montreal.
In
2 weeks away.
Sami Zayn country.
Yeah, he's gonna lose, and then all the Canadians are gonna throw fucking.
They're gonna riot, but
they're gonna throw snow at Roman Reigns. I gotta call it. They're gonna throw snowballs at Roman Reigns. I'm calling it.
They're gonna throw hockey pucks at Roman Reigns.
They're gonna throw knives at Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns should not be cut.
But anyway, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Stay tuned for the Moshcast review for Paramore. Be on the lookout. And yeah, the assassin is out. Stay slit, gang.
Peace.
All right. Omar, go ahead.
All right, everyone, the world, thank you for watching WWE NXT Vengeance Day review. Be sure to everyone subscribe to this channel, especially to the Moscast, and also make sure everyone to follow each social media on the Instagram on any of us, each member from Crash and Burn. Yep, I know it's been a while. They'll crank this, but none of you in this world can do what we tell you. Power it up because it's coming. Recharge.
Over here.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jeff Hardy. I spiked you by accident. I'm sorry, Jeff Hardy. I spiked you.
Oh God, Jeff Hardy just got spiked out of his plates.
Thank you, everyone. See you then the next time.
All right, everybody. We'll be back for chamber predictions. We'll see you then in 2 weeks. Until then,
Bye.
Be well. Bye bye.
Be well.
Crash and burn!